There's really just three things that I want to do today, and one is clean and disinfect my shop, and I'll show you all of how I'm going to do it. And then I want to talk about this channel and what's going on with Mr. Barber, and then also, you know, the projects, like so does everything just stop now since, you know, we're in this pandemic? No, I got to continue living. I just got to adapt it to fit with our life as we know it now, but we can't stop it. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit more once I've cleaned the shop. Okay. Someone's going to join me later. They're bringing some organic disinfectant, some organic surface cleaners, because this alcohol high stuff on my hands is just not going to work. I like my hands too much, and I can't breathe in alcohol all day. Being in a barbershop means we're disinfecting whole day. We're cleaning the high contact areas all day, so I am opting for something that's more organic.
Yeah, it's not my place. I'm doing the same thing you're doing. I'm doing a video. You have to go back to work. You have to continue life. And everyone else shops are open already. You know, they've been open since the lockdown levels were adjusted for us to open. So I unfortunately could not open because I was still in quarantine. That being said, about me testing positive, let me bring you the facts. I tested positive. Here's the certificate. And then I got a medical clearance, and here's that. So now I can actually go back into society and go back to work and do all the things that I need to do. But I also have to make sure that you, the client, is safe. And so to do that, I'm going to clean the shop and clean it from top to bottom. To clean the shop, you know, my approach is, after writing down the protocols and going through some COVID training and understanding really how cleaning and disinfecting is two different things, I then started to clean the shop. How am I cleaning it? I'm cleaning it from top to bottom. So I'll start on the things that are the highest, which is low touch areas or low areas of risk. I'm going to clean those areas and then work my way down. Obviously, in a barbershop, I know the points that are high risk, which would be the door handle of my shop, the armchairs of my barber chair, the counters, anywhere where I imagine a client would place his hand. That is my high risk areas, my floors, obviously. So I clean the shop from top to bottom, and then I disinfect the shop from top to bottom. I will continually clean the high risk areas after every client to make sure that you know, that you are safe. So that's cleaning of the shop. What's happening with Mr. Barber? Like, I started this YouTube channel with this idea that you know, I want to live out my dreams, and I'm going to take off one day in the week to, you know, go and do those things, and whatever those things are, you know, helping others, shoot videos for them, or some projects, or maybe just some personal stuff. But when I reached out to you, you made it different. You asked different things. You said, Warren, we want more barbering or barber related content, you want the training videos, you want the show us how to fade came through strongly. So those are things that I have to do. Before Corona, before social distancing, I had this huge plan for this year. There were so many things I wanted to do. If you followed sort of my social media and you know me personally, you would have known that I have this project called Groomed for Change. And what it started off as was us doing the seniors for free. Once a month, on the last Wednesday of every month, I would do the seniors in a certain time period from 9 in the morning till 12 in the afternoon. I will do the seniors for free, and that quickly progressed and sort of, you know, became a social gathering for the seniors. Now with COVID, the seniors are more at risk, and we can't really put, that many of them in the store. And obviously it's not my store anymore, so which means I now have to lease it. So we've got to figure really out how Groomed for Change are really going to work. There was a lot of planning and things, and I was going to travel to Connecticut and, go and attend the City Barber Expo. Like, there was a lot of things that I had planned for 2020, and then COVID. So now we're in a different place. So now none of those things, actually came to fruition. So none of those things happened. None of those things saw the light of day. But we can't allow COVID to stop us from actually living. And if it is in you to be out there and interact with people and sort of get involved with projects and things in communities and it's exciting, and if that is who you are, because that's who I am, it's very difficult for me to sort of sit here and do nothing. So I want to start the Groomed for Change project again. I have to figure out the nuts and bolts of how it's going to work. But something that I'm learning during COVID is that no one is an island, and that's what I'm learning mostly, is that previously I would do a lot of things, all the planning of things, and sort of, a lot of the work I would be doing on my own, because I trust me, and maybe that's just the problem with me, is like, I know what I'm capable of and I can deliver certain things. And when other people get involved, then I no longer have an idea of what the outcome is going to look like. So I plan a lot of things on an island in isolation, and then I sort of get people involved once I've figured out what their roles will be. I think I'm going to have to move away from that mentality and start to include as much people that would like to be included and want to get involved with it. I'm going to have to start doing things like that, for if I want the projects to grow and if I want the projects to ever see the light of day again. For example, the Groomed for Change project, my first thought of it now is that seeing that I can't do it in the bulk amounts that I used to, I now have to then open it up to everyone else. And the challenge obviously is resources. Not everyone has the resources to be able to say, for 3 hours on one day, on the last Wednesday of the month, we'll do the seniors for free. It feels good, but the reality is that not everyone has the resources. So I have to become creative as to how I'm going to, source resources to be able to do this. And, make some sort of payment to those salons or barbershops that's getting involved with it. So that's one way of thinking and one way of doing it, and that's why I'm opening it up to you as to how do we do this? How do we keep this project going? Because right now the people that's most at risk are the seniors. And my Groomed for Change project was centered or started, or the foundation of it was around the seniors. So how do we re-energize it and bring it back to market, because they still need haircuts. They still need that interaction. We just need to do it in a safer way. So I have a suggestion. The way that we may do it now is on a smaller scale and get more barbershops involved if they so want to. They can get in contact with me, and we figure out how each salon can take on a little bit of seniors in their area. And I haven't figured out all the nuts and bolts of it yet, so it's kind of premature to talk to you about it, but it's something that I've been passionate about. It's something that I started, and something that I can't simply just let it go. So I have to continue it. So that's one arm of the Groomed for Change project. Then Groomed for Change got involved with other things. And remember, this was just me saying that, how do I use what I have in my hands, which is barbering? How do I use that to get communities sort of together and activate change and sort of push on the door of it till it opens? How do I do that? And all I have in my hand is barbering. So I then offered barbering to many different industries or different projects or different organizations. And one such organization that said, Warren, we don't know how it works, we don't even know if it makes sense, but come along. That was 16 Days for Youth with Hot FM. I said, I'm going to bring my barber chair and I'll be in my little van and I won't bother nobody and I'll just cut hair. And they said, then come. So I then went and that project was hugely successful. The reports and the feedback that we got and just the interaction and being with those kids during 16 Days for Youth, which by us it's June, being with those kids made a huge impact on my life. And then off that, I then did another project with a group in Paul, Scissors on the Move, where I just joined up with them and said, I'm going to go with as a barber. Their project was called the Farmers Drought Outreach. Basically what it meant was they were going to go out to the farm areas, which is in the Karoo, and just provide haircuts and blow dries and makeup to the farmers that has been the recipient of a drought, and they don't feel good, and they at the point where they kind of give up. There's a group 15 strong that went through and just did that, and I said I'll avail myself and go with, and I did. When I was on the trip, I quickly became the videographer for it. I'm not a videographer, I'm a barber, but I love videography. I love the creativity that goes into it, of how to put things together and create a scene and sort of feel the emotion and tell the story through a lens, through video, because the story gets lost sometimes when we try and regurgitate it from memory. But when we have video and we put it into this format, it's easy to just replicate it or easy to just distribute it. It's easy to show it off to others. So therefore, I then did that. And that made a huge impact on my life, that I felt that I need to do more of this, and I'm starting to see how Groomed for Change is starting to shape. So now what we're going to do... So that was a whole lot to take in, so let's just end the vlog there. See you next week.